podcast.
This is our show. We're pumped for it, baby. I didn't even listen to my pre-show song. I didn't.
That's
listen
okay
to
though.
No, it isn't. You
got your Hawaiian shirt on. You're good to go. We're at the beach right now. I'm wearing a hoodie because I've been in the sun all day, so now I feel cold inside. So that's why I'm not wearing mine.
That's fair. Welcome everybody, and because you got to hear that little banter as we started, it's because we are pre-recorded this time around. We're not doing a live show. And I should probably announce why, because I didn't even tell you. I was like, I wonder if he's freaking out because I just haven't talked to him yet. And then I'm like, no, I you know what it is? I'm tired, man. I've never missed a Tuesday live since we started. And I was saying to myself, I was like, I desperately want to do a new show every Tuesday.
Right.
I desperately, that's 100% all the way up until October, where we're going to have our 5-year anniversary special. And that will be the 350th episode.
Yes, sir.
So like a numbers guy, like I'm not, when I say numbers guy, I admire them. I'm by no means a mathematician. I'm just I am a numbers guy in the way that like Sesame Street is numbers. You know, they're like,
so you're not Rain Man. You're not Rain Man.
No.
They're like,
no. I'll get a calculator. And if somebody shows me how to use it, unless it's addition or subtraction, maybe some multiplication. Division's a little off, but I'll take the answer as it comes. But I'll tell you, I trust it, but in a way that like I trust flying on planes. It's like I know this works.
Yep.
Most of the time. And you know what? Actually, before we even go, just to add to the absurdity of what I'm saying about planes, I've flown a lot in my life. When I was living in LA and New York, back and forth, all over. So like I've racked up. I did the math at one point. I have to go back and look, but like how many miles I've flown, and I'm still. The only statistic that I ever believed in all of those flights still comes from Superman in 1978. That is the only statistic I've ever believed. I have said that statistic to other people on the plane. I have said, statistically speaking, it's still the safest way to travel, which may have been true in 1978 when he said it.
Right.
I don't actually know. And I'm not going to ask, but it may have been true. Now let's act on the theory that Superman did not lie to us, and that is true.
Okay.
Would that still be true today?
Absolutely not, because that's an America that would invest in things to keep us safe, and now it's the lowest bidder. Like I feel I love flying and everything, but you got to realize everything that's made on that plane was the absolute lowest bidder, the cheapest guy, the quickest way to make it. Because I've seen working at the airport, I've seen a little bird just hit the front of a plane and take out the whole front where it's grounded for 2 or 3 days. And that's just a little bird. So
yeah, nobody realized how insane birds and planes are. Because like I will tell you, before Sully. And I'm okay. Here's the thing. I saw the Hudson on the River. I watched the news. I saw the whole thing. And let me tell you, heroic, very heroic. That man landed that plane and got me. All those people were safe, right? There you go. I did not understand the dramatic nature of a bird strike because I listened to the audio because remember that's how you listen to it. I did not understand the dramatic nature of a bird strike until the movie came out. And so the only reason I can, assess what you're saying to me about birds is because of the movie. So,
that's fair. So movies teach us things. That's a good thing.
I don't know if it does. I cannot act on that assumption. I can act on the ignorance that I just blindly believe Superman and Sully Sullenberg.
That's fair. That's fair. Minus Sully. That's fair.
Well, I did watch a lot of Mythbusters too. I have to go that route. So yeah, there's some facts shared.
There you go.
we definitely mentioned a lot of summer blockbusters just in this conversation. I learned a lot by summer blockbusters. Like if there's a bomb on the bus, you can't drive faster. You can't drive less than 55.
Yep.
But Sammy Hagar, can't drive 55.
Right.
So what happens if Sammy Hagar is speeding on a bus with a bomb on it?
It's blowing up.
It's blowing up 100%. Well, does it get to 50? Where's the line, Sammy Hagar? If you can't drive 55, what can you drive? Where are you at in Cabo there? Let us know. Sound off.
It's gotta be a moped.
I freaking love that.
Oh man,
dude. Oh, well, this is fun. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna take. No, I'm just.
Bye, you guys. Have a good time.
Well, no, because we're having fun. We're beaching. I'd say we're beaching.
Yeah.
It's just beach every week now for the summer. We're having a good time, vibing. I burnt out quick. I was like, no more lives. So going back to explaining, I was like, I was just burnt out on lives. And so I still want to get to 350. So I wanted to still do these pre-recorded shows each week. And I'd like to get them out every Tuesday is what my goal is. So I could say never missed a Tuesday. But my biggest issue is I wrestled with myself all day. I've never missed a live on Tuesday. Since we went live, I've never missed a live on Tuesday. I've missed them I've like doubled up, where we had shows. We always had a show on Tuesday, but sometimes like I doubled up in the week, like Sturdy used to do. And like, I think Friday night I did a show and stuff like that. So like I've missed those, you know what I mean?
Right.
And actually those I never even counted within the wheel. That's the funny thing. Like, because those are always like smaller episodes, so they weren't full podcasts that I added. So for this, so I've never missed a Tuesday. So I was sick to my stomach when I was just like burnt out. I was like, I can't do it. I was like, I can't do an interview. I was like, because there's some stuff going on, with my family and not like married, the boys, everybody, thank you. They're doing good. Thank God. Knock on wood. Like as good as we're in the situation we're in, not worse than where we're at.
Right.
I don't want to say we're good. I'm a cat. I grew up Catholic, so we got to hold on to that. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not doing good. I'm not doing good. I'm Abraham. Just don't make me suffer anymore.
There you
go. One of those sort of things, but. I promise you, this is not a religious podcast if you're just tuning in. So burnt out on it. I wrestled with it all day. Well, actually, it was like more like last night into really early this morning, but I was like, I just don't want to do it. I was like, I have to draw the line and it has to be before the 350th because I know myself. I was like, if we get to the 350 and it's intact and we get to it on the 5-year anniversary show, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna be like, well, I got to get to 400,
500
day and blah blah blah. I was like, no, I gotta be able to take off, and that's what I want to do after the 350. Be able to, 5 years after 350 episodes, I could take little breaks here and there and do pre-records like this rather than just lives, and just kind of have a good time with it. But so that's why I went that route. That was a very long-winded way to tell you I'm tired.
That's fair. And I appreciate it. And I can understand being tired. Absolutely get that. And I'm glad you're taking care of yourself, because I think that's more important. You're taking care of yourself. And I know it sucks you were not live right now, but I'd rather you be happy and you healthy. And we're going to hit those episodes no matter what. So it's all good.
Yes, I have no doubt. And I was like, part of me wanted to be like, well, maybe, Paul wants to do it and we can get Sturdy to come in or something. And then I was like, because I was like, I'm sure there's some horror movies they both watched, I mean, that you could record. I was just like, I can't do it. And I was like, I don't trust them. No, it wasn't that. It's that I have not missed an episode. So it's, if I don't make it to the 350.
Yeah.
Then after that, because I even told my wife, actually, you want to hear something that kind of, and we're not live, so I can say this and she won't get mad currently. She has to listen to this episode at some point in the future, which she won't. She'll get mad, but she's not going to listen to it. So, all right, before I get to our topic, let me tell you this real quick. So we were, what were we talking about?
We were talking about just some story with Mary.
But what did that come off of?
That you didn't trust Sturdy and I. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. She wants to do a show, I think, with Angie. She was like, how about we take over and we do a show? Well, she, not that, like, I think it was Angie's idea. And Mary was like, okay. You know, she was like, I'll do it. And like, she was like, so how, you know, why don't we do a takeover episode? And I was like, when do you want to do it? And like, I got real like defensive real fast. Mm-hmm. Oh shit, she messaged me. I wonder if she can hear me. I hope not. It's chaos. So I'm so far away from her too, and I'm just like so nervous that she's gonna hear the story and get mad. So I'm just like, what do you mean? When do you want to do this? I was like, well, I have to be there.
Yeah.
She's like, well, no, it'd be a takeover. I'm like, well, it's gonna have to be after October. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, right.
I was kind of like real like wheel and deal, like shut it down real quick. Mm-hmm. And she was not thrilled with that. And I was like, but I had to explain it the same way I explained it now. Like, it's not that I don't trust that you could do it. I mean, you might end it early, and that would suck. But we know. No! Don't you do it! Don't you dare! Don't you dare! I had to take this control away. One day you're just gonna sign on and be like, "Wait, where's my controls?" It's like, ha ha ha! Oh, please don't end it! Please don't end it! Don't do it.
No, I'm not touching any.
So I'm just like, but same with you guys. It's not that I don't trust you. It's that I feel like 350 is a good round number, and then we'll see where I'm at after that. So,
right.
But I'm definitely okay with like taking more recorded breaks.
Yep, that's sensible, and I think it makes sense. And while we're just kind of talking about our weeks, I will tell you that I just bought a new sweater off of our shop.
Get the fuck out! Where'd you get?
I got the established Scene Snobs established 2013.
Oh man, Mary loves that one.
I love it. I got a pink one, so it's the pink shirt with the green lettering. Man,
it looks good, doesn't it? Because Mary has a pink hoodie.
Oh,
but you got the darker pink, I think, with the shirt, right?
Yeah. Well, the sweater. Yeah.
Oh, sweater. Sorry. Yeah. So like, okay. So yeah, it is the lighter pink, and it looks good, dude. And actually, I adjusted the font so that way it was bigger because I saw the one I was using that on her, and I was like, I could make that bigger, but I kind of want the colors to pop more, so I made I changed the font to like a more it's just like a more fun font. So I'm glad you liked it, dude. And
it was hard because I was looking through, I was like, I got to get something else so I can wear it while we're recording and like while I'm out in public. And then I was like, this is the one I have to buy immediately. So I think it gets here Thursday or Friday.
Here's the interesting thing about it too, if you ever wanted to do it, that pink one, so it got like a bad stain in the back because one of my kids left the pen in their pocket and it got in the dryer. So she was pissed. I was going to get her a new one. I was like, nah, we're broke. Here's what we're going to do. I was like, you love tie-dye. Why don't you tie-dye it? And she was like, yes, 1000%. That's what I want. Tie-dye. Yeah. So if you were up for that and you wanted to, you could. That's your shit. That's why I'm telling you.
It is my shit. I'm trying to convince my current job to do tie-dye because we're kind of beach themed. Finn's Car Wash, our logo is a shark, like a shark fin. Yeah. So I told them, I was like, let's do a tie-dye, and they're like, nah, that doesn't look professional. I'm like, it's a fucking car wash. Like, no one's coming to me for life advice, man. Like, it
would be beachy. I like that, dude. There's a chain of car washes coming up around us called Hang 10. Are they by you guys too?
I've never heard of Hang 10.
Yeah, that's like this cool. Is their
Hang 10. Yeah,
dude.
That'd be
I was like, I dig that, dude. I was like, fuck yeah, man. I was like, that's where I'm going because it looks beachy and it looks cool, and like even like the covers on it kind of like surfboards, the way they kind of laid them out. I was like, that's kind of cool. I was like, they really went all in on this. So I was like, you won me over. I was like, I'm sorry, mom and pop. Well, that's not fair to say. It's not like it's a huge corporation that owns Hang 10. It's probably a dude who owns like 10 of them and worked his ass off to get to 10, Oh no, there's a lot more than 3.
Okay.
Just this area, there's like 7.
Get that. Because we only have one like Ma and Pa. It's a touch-free around here. That's Waterworks. And they're just the touch-free ones where you can spray your stuff out. And I used to have membership with them forever because they're 24/7. So if I couldn't sleep 2 a.m., going to the car wash.
Yeah, dude. I used to love driving through the car wash. It was so soothing.
I love a clean car.
I know you do. You were such a good detailer too.
I know. Sometimes I want to get back into it.
Do you think you could ever do it on like a side gig?
Maybe a little a little bit. The problem is that even last time, like it'd go from I might have 1 or 2 for 2 weeks, but then I'd have 9 to do in a week. Yeah. So even as a side gig, it's tough because you just don't want to tell anyone no. But then when you have a whole nother job and you have to take out at least 12 hours of your week as well for that, it's a lot.
Why don't you only book for what you can do? Like, hey, listen, I know you want it done by this point, but it's got to be the next week. That's, right. Like that, so like whatever you think you can handle where it doesn't, like, even if it's just 1 a week, like that's right. Who cares? Some money each week, and right. I don't know why I'm mad. Like, you do what you want. I'm not gonna force the issue on this. Like, I'm just saying, like, I just knew you really enjoyed it. It's like why I think I'm not being pushy, just gently barraging you with it.
Barraging. I like that. Gently barraging is what the gentleman in the Jeep on Battleground Avenue does every morning. Flying down the road, going 60 miles an hour in a 35 with a giant Trump flag in the back. And when he passes car wash from start to end, just yells Trump the whole way past. It's amazing. It's the best way to start your morning.
Can I say, I don't want to be political. Okay. Trump, he was found guilty. Not saying anything. All I'm saying is that is a fact. He was found guilty.
He was.
Hunter Biden, found guilty. Again, not saying anything. I'm not saying anything about anything. I'm just saying the facts. They're both found guilty of their felonies.
Yes.
Can we just give them both the maximum amount of time? And they have to serve prison. Damn. I don't even care if they go to a golf course type of prison. Okay. I don't want my president, whether, and I'm sorry, people, I don't care what you say. I don't have to like him, but I am an American and he was my president. Wasn't my choice, but was my president. Just like other Americans, Joe Biden, I don't have to like him. It doesn't have to be my choice, but he's my president.
Right.
And when you are elected, you are my president.
Right.
I don't have to agree with you. No, that's the beauty of it. You can't, if you're an American, you can't say, that's not my president. Yeah, it is. Are you an American or are you in Trumplandia? Or are you in, more to whatever to the left or like the extreme left? Like, I don't have a name, Leftandia. Like, whatever, fine. It's all the same shit. So on top of all of that, all I'm saying is, how about you just be fucking excellent to each other, like the men said. Wild stallions rule. I think you can all understand. Like, you can hate Biden, you can hate Trump, you can love Trump, you can love Biden. I don't know why you love old men. That's up to you. That aren't your grandpas. That's up to you guys. I don't love either. I realize both would smear shit on my face if it got them $1 billion, and they would just have me locked down and smear it all over my face for that $1 billion. That's what would happen, because that's what I am to them. So with that being said, I don't love them like all of you seemingly do.
Yep.
But I do love the Wild Stallions. We can all agree that they rule. Don't step on my line. I may be long-winded. I know exactly where I'm coming from. And I'm before we get to it, I'm going to forgive Will Smith in this speech too. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm forgiving everybody except for like the really bad motherfuckers. Really bad. Any politician is really bad because you're automatically selling out something. You're already doing it. So you're just like, you're bad. Yeah. And of course, anyone who ever harms a child in any way, shape, or form, you're gone. You're gone. Racist, anti-Semites, anti-Islamic people, anti-everything. You got an anti in front of your name, fuck you. Unless it's, wait, so like a good
anti-flag?
But I like the American flag. It's a nice flag. And if we're not going to have that, I want the United Federation of Planets flag.
I do like that.
Can we get our shit together and get there?
I just meant the band. They're called anti-flag. They're okay. They're not bad. I
feel like an asshole now.
I feel like there's an anti-mosquitoes group somewhere, and I could get behind that. Fuck mosquitoes, those pointless blood-sucking cunts. Oh, I hate them. Sorry, cut that out.
Listen.
Market.
Don't blame me. I'm in beach mode.
Same.
Sounds good. You're in a hoodie. Shut up.
Because I'm cold. I'm inside. I've been outside all day. I just had a sandwich. I'm all shaking and shit.
I just got out of the hot tub.
Yeah. Because some Lay's chips.
Because down in Seaside Heights, every house has a hot tub right next to the beach. You got to bring your girls back somewhere, right, boy? Hey, Heineken's, 2 Heinekens. Nobody remembers that. You remember that one? Jaeger bombs.
Yeah, I just got my new haircut.
New fucking haircut.
And if they ain't, fucking skanks.
All right. Give me a sec. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Sup, broski? I just got my new fucking haircut. How you think? What you chilling? What you got, huh? Jaeger bombs. That's right, everybody. I'm calling out live. Your man 5 at live. I don't know. Fucking, I turned into something else there.
I liked it.
I'm not cutting that out.
Fucking Jaeger
you
bomb.
can have my rant. You can have the ramblings of a madman. That's what's happening right now.
Love it.
I'm having fun.
Yes.
It's good.
You're at the beach. You should always have fun.
I am. I still am in vacation mode because I never got a vacation mode. I just went all the way through CFF. I got out and I'm like, and we had like a guest the next day and everything. I'm like,
that's right.
I was like, I need a break, man. I was like, I burn out fast because I was like, I know I'm going to go hard later in the summer.
Mm-hmm. You guys have guests tomorrow too, don't you? Or do you not? Maybe you don't have guests.
Guests on what?
For Kimball's Cookies, the cooking class. Isn't that tomorrow?
Yes. So I'm gonna leave the location out because it's by a point you got to book it. But Kimball's Cookies, they have a class. She's doing teaching how to do
Christmas cookies, frosted cookies.
No, speech cookies. Oh my God, I really am just like completely like my brain is just warped, man. I don't even know what's going on today. So I've been having like a mental block all day. I've been trying to write. One time I was like, I gotta draw. Couldn't think of anything to draw. I could have just stared at anything in a room and just started drawing, and I could not think of a thing. My brain is just on like block. It does not want to be creative. Thank God I got my list together early.
Same.
But yeah, Kimball's Cookies, she's doing a decorating class teaching people. She has like kits that she gives everybody and teaches them how to decorate based off of her designs. So it's pretty rad. I dig it.
Yeah, it's really cool. I was excited. I'm sad I'll miss it this year, but maybe next
year.
It's
not gonna be. I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah, no,
don't worry. And I'll watch you guys as you do it because I'm not doing that shit. I eat the cookies. I don't decorate the cookies because they need to be. Here's the thing: cookies you make yourself are never as good, even compared to ones in the store. Here's why.
Yes,
there's no love in them. You're not making anything for yourself with love, and you should be. I'll tell you, once I started making things for myself with love, there was more life in my food. I'm telling you, those affirmations and shit work, man. Because back in the day, okay, so now remember those sandwiches that we had at CFF that Mary made?
Yes,
those fuckers were like thick, right?
Yeah,
they were made with love because I do believe that women just know how to love, and and like it's just automatic, right? So she made those with love for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But if she made that for herself at home, it would just be like a piece of turkey, maybe 2 pieces of cheese, and some mustard. And it was on sourdough. Like, can you imagine? It would be on like regular white bread.
Gotcha.
But if you make them for yourself with love, I'm telling you, man, it's like, I love
sandwiches were good.
It's gonna taste so good. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
So that's why your food stinks when you make it for yourself.
Explains a lot. Never thought about it. Now I'm there.
I want everybody listening or watching, even you, Paul. If you happen upon a therapist, bring that shit up to them and see if their minds like blow. Right. Tell me, write it down. thescenesnobs@gmail.com. Send us an email and just be like, mind blown.
Yeah. Or they're probably just gonna be like, yeah.
I'm gonna get 3 emails. 3 emails, probably 2 from myself by accident of the guy from Scanner head exploding.
Hell
yeah. I love it.
What a good scene.
It's such a good scene. Still holds up, in my opinion. But we have a topic. Was there anything you wanted to embark on? Any wisdom you wanted to impart with? Not part with, but like embark on. I don't know. Just tell me.
Be kind to everybody because you don't know what everyone's doing.
This isn't the end of the show. We're just getting in the topic. Oh, anyway, yes, actually, hey everybody, I want to thank our sponsor this episode, Sticker Mule. That is right. Sign up in the link below, and Sticker Mule is going to give you $10 credit towards your purchase. And I can attest, I love Sticker Mule. If I don't use the stickers that we have from our shop, which are die cut, but I want to get regular stickers or buttons honestly, anything. I've ordered t-shirts off of Sticker Mule. They have great stuff. So if you want to like order stuff for yourself, business cards, keychains, honestly, like how much stuff did we have? And that was light compared to most years. Like, we did we always had stuff like, and that was always Sticker Mule.
Okay. See, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And also Sticker Mule, they are hydro activated. So actually, if you apply it to something with water, it sticks longer and better and won't peel at the ends, which is actually really nice.
I'm going to remember that because I do have all of our logos, not our logos, but our merch. I have all of our stuff on stickers, and I want to start putting them up in certain spots. So
yeah,
I'm glad you told me that.
And I only know that because I almost worked for them. I almost took a remote job for them, so I had to go through a bunch of testing for it. That's the only reason why I know that. When you said Sticker Mule, I was like,
very cool, dude. See, and I don't have anything against them, right?
No, not at all. No. No, they didn't hire me, but I wasn't qualified for the position I applied for. It was just a shot in the dark. It 100% was.
Hey, at least you took the test and stuff, man. That is awesome. But
yeah, why not?
Listen, guys, go check out Sticker Mule. Get that $10 credit. Pick up some stuff. It's great. The prices are always fun, and also sign up. Make sure you log in, sign up and stuff, because they're constantly sending new deals and stuff like that. We'd love for you to keep going through our link, but if they're sending you deals, take advantage of those deals. I just got like 50 hologram stickers of the the logo, the channel logo. So 50 of those hologram for $19.
Yeah.
And those are little deals that they throw out to you all the time and not just for stickers, they do all different types of stuff. We got great magnets there, things like that. So guys, check out Sticker Mule. I know I will gush a little bit, but I do really love Sticker Mule, and I'm glad that they are a sponsor of the show.
Yeah, they're awesome. And they also do tape. In case you have a business and you do packaging at all, they do also do the tape so that you can have your brand on the tape, which I think is also good.
I love it. All right, though, we're going to start the segment of the summer as we're going because we're beaching. 5 takeaways. We're going to talk summer blockbusters today.
Yeah.
This is going to be fun, man. Our top 5 personal summer blockbusters that came out in our lifetime. So I'm 1982. What year were you?
2000. No, 1991.
I would. You. That gave me a little bit of a like. I got a little indigestion on that.
Same.
Like that one went down really hard. So you dick.
You're welcome.
I love it. So all right. Well, let's go to get to our list. So let's go number. Well, first off, I would like to start off by saying, and it's okay if you have one too, but as we know, Back to the Future is my favorite of all time, right? So that's always going to be number 1. That's always pinned. Right. That's, of course, if it fits within the mold, it's my number 1. And that definitely fits in the summer blockbuster mold. So I am just pinning that as number 1. So my 5 tonight are going for 2 to 6 spots.
Okay.
But I'm going to give my 5 takeaways, but and I will explain why I'm doing it that way as we go on, because I'm going to be sharing stories along the way of why I chose some of these and what they mean to me, and I hope you are as well if you'd like to.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, there's one on there that has a really fun little story and actually led me to message the guy who's part of the story tonight to find out a new answer from him. But let's get started with number 5 for you. What's your number 5?
So my number 5 is going to be Jurassic Park.
Ooh, okay. Why Jurassic Park?
So that's the first sci-fi I really remember seeing in theater. And it's the first time that my dad let me get a large Pepsi. And it was also the last time, because I was begging him, and he was smarter than me and always got me the cute little kids cup. But for once, he was like, "Oh, fine, I'll get you the large." I get the large, and I've spent over half that movie running to the bathroom, pissing my life away. And of course, he gave me hell about it, in a nice, funny way. But yeah, I'll always remember that movie because the parts I saw, I loved, and I got to see it again at home. But I'll always remember running to the bathroom because I remember, you always think you know better than your parents as a kid, and then it's like, no, you're right to never give me a large, and here I am just dying.
Yep.
So
I often there are times I have to take the kids with me to go do watch a movie I have to review. And I'm like, guys, I can't get up. I was like, if you absolutely need to go And I was like, do not hide it from me. I will take it. You can go.
Right.
But I was like, but don't just say it because you get bored or something, or you just want to go and like you're gonna go, but not really go, and then wash your hands for 20 minutes. And I was like, we cannot do that. And they're good about it. They're smart kids. So like, if they need to go, it's like if your body feels it and it's like I have to go potty, say I have to go potty, and they always do, and we go.
All right.
They don't always do it when we go though. I will say that they are good. They have good bladder control. We go beforehand, we go after, and they're perfect for them. And we get the right drink sizes. That was my big thing. I was like, I'm not going to take away. I was like, well, sometimes I'm not giving them like their lemonades or whatever. I'm giving them water because it's better for them. But even that is like, here's your kid's cup.
Yep.
I do not need you run into the bathroom. So I definitely get that. All right. My number 5 is Captain America, the First Avenger.
Oh.
Now, remember, this is a personal twist to all these, and why it's on my top 5 summer blockbuster list is because I was with Mario Likes Movies when we did that. And I remember they were showing every movie that in the Marvel universe that led up to that. So I think it was Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Thor. I want to say Thor, and then I think it was Iron Man 2, and then leading up to Captain America, right? So and it was just fun because it was like, all right, that was a big event for us to record videos and put up and and get together for to celebrate. So like going to watch like 5 movies was just a really fun memory. So like it always just sticks with me. And it was part of Mario Likes Movies, which was my first foray or venture into doing this. So
heck yeah.
What's your number 4, sir?
Number 4 is going to be Ocean's 11.
Okay.
That was just kind of one of my first heist movies. And my mom has always been an old time heist movie. So when I saw Ocean's 11, she's like, no, we got to go home and rent the original Ocean's 11 with the Rat Pack. And so it gave me a huge appreciation just for the Rat Pack, 1, and then 2 for Ocean's 11. So that's one my mom and I always connect with because we saw that 12 and 13 together in theater. So
I hate to break it to you, sir, but that is a null and void movie.
Why?
That is not a summer blockbuster.
How is it not? I Googled
it. Came out in December 7th, a day which will live in infamy because of Pearl Harbor, not because of Ocean's 11.
Now you gotta be questioning half these movies.
Holy shit, I think you did it 60 years apart. Oh man, I did not mean to call you out in such a shitty way. I was not trying to be shitty. I was trying to be funny. I'm still accept it because it is a blockbuster movie.
Yes,
it's just inside the blockbuster because it's cold outside because it's December.
My memory was it was sunny. I don't know. Maybe it was a sunny day.
Listen. How many December? You live in North Carolina. I'm sure it was like 80 degrees out.
Probably. It was probably like 90 that day. And then we had snow the next day just to melt that night.
You were also 10. I'm giving you grace, right?
Yeah.
It's completely fine. There are things that I remembered. Dude, okay. I'll just say it. I'll just say it for the sake of the podcast right now. I know it makes me a bad dad. It's brain fog from COVID. I swear to God. Has to be. I forgot my son's birthday.
Oh no.
And I just couldn't, and like I was trying to do this list and I was thinking about different movies and I was thinking about a movie that came out around the year he was born. But I was like, what year did he? I was like, was this the year? I'm like, no. And I don't want to say out loud what years they were, but I'm like, I can't think of it. So I texted my brother hey, what's your daughter's birthday? Don't be mad. I can't remember my son's birthday. And the reason is they were born on the exact same day, 1 year apart.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, as soon as he tells me, I'll know.
Right.
And he goes, month and date. He returns, he goes, month and date. And I'm like, I need the year.
Right.
I was like, don't withhold the year. I was like, and that's what throws me off is because the day is 1 year off from the year, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So it's like, which way do I go? Like, who was born when and what's going on? So that's why I am. That's where I'm at with that.
That's awesome.
Anyway, God bless COVID. Oh God, don't say that. God bless America.
You just agreed with it and repeated it.
I did. I blindly agreed. I walked into, dude. If that was a vat of chemicals,
right?
I strolled in willingly, like you were showing me pools.
Yeah, you were my Harley Quinn right then. It was beautiful.
Holy crap! Oh my God! I really walked into that. I can't believe you said that, you son of a gun. Oh, don't trick me like this again. That was my whale's vagina. Oh no, not my foot. Fuck you, San Diego moment.
moment. Oh my God.
Oh my God, this one going off the rails. Anyway, my number 4. Did we do your number 4?
Yes, because that was Ocean's 11.
Yeah, Ocean. What's your summer movie? Your December movie.
You spent December in fucking Florida, I guess. I don't know. Something happened.
Oh my God. Paul listens to a Taylor Swift song Back to December and just thinks about picnics and shit.
Yep. Oh my God. Hell yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna calm down a little. I think my mic just turned down on me because I was laughing so loud. So I'm gonna have to calm it down a little bit. My blood pressure's up. All right. So my number 4 is The Dark Knight. Excellent film. I think we can all agree on that. Very poignant for the time. In fact, I think it's like kind of went down in rating for a lot of people, of course, with so many other, iterations of that character, plus all the other comic book movies that come out. It's like, I guess it might have diminished. And plus, I also think it's a generational thing. I think millennials really love that movie and understood it because we were living through the war in Iraq. And that was very poignant for that. That really like hit home in a big way. And I just don't think that stretches to today's generation as much, where they respect it, but I think it's more respected now. That's a really good movie about Batman. Yeah. But I do see a lot more people argue for Batman Begins over it now because that's more comic booky than The Dark Knight. Yeah. But it's so weird how it's twisted. But in 2008, man, that hit home. That was legit. So sorry. The reason I say that, okay, so back then I had a friend, and actually it made me want to reach out to him and ask him the question. We did a bracket. We did a comic book bracket. Now, no, that wasn't for this on YouTube. That wasn't for a podcast. This was 2008. I think 2008. Yeah, I think it came out in 2008, Dark Knight. So it was really just for fun. We were just geeks with a notebook, walking around, debating each other on the brackets that we lined each other for comic book movies, right? But we made The Dark Knight automatic number 1 at that time. So everything we were arguing was for number 2 spot. It's just a really cool memory. We did a lot of really cool brackets, a lot of really good arguments. So I did reach out to him. I was like, listen, man, waiting a lot of years I haven't talked to you. I was like, what's your number 1 now? What's your number 1 spot? Is it still The Dark Knight or what you got? Because I really wanted to know. But that's why it's kind of an homage to that as well. That was a very good time. It was a lot of fun doing that and rattling that off. But that's why I did Back to the Future that way. So
makes sense. I like
it. Number 4.
I'm scared for number 3. I'm scared it's not a summer movie. I think it's a summer movie.
Oh my God. What did you pick? Clueless?
Even worse. Nah, even better. I went with The Notebook. I'm not going to lie.
I'm going to tell you right now, if that came out in November, I'm going to throw something
at you. I swear to God. It's such a summer movie.
That is not a summer movie.
The whole movie's in summer.
No, it's not.
It's set in summer. Yes, it is.
It is not.
Yes, because it's like the end of summer, and then they're supposed to leave.
All right, I will allow it. June 25th. Very cool. All right.
Thank God.
Dude, do you know who directed that movie?
No.
You ever see The Wraith, the Charlie Sheen movie? Remember the bad guy in that movie that he's going up against?
Yeah.
Who runs the gang? That's Nick Cassavetes. He's the guy who he is that like badass tattooed type of dude. But he's the guy who directed The Notebook.
Huh. I did not know that.
Yep. Oh, dude. We need to talk about that movie again. We need to start doing plot roasts again.
Yeah.
Dude, we should do Madam Web plot. We should do like a live Madam Web plot roast for the Patreon.
That'd be fun.
We'll record it and then just throw it up, and then we can do our review afterwards. That'd be fun.
I like that. That would be fun.
All right, we'll figure that out. But what's your number 3?
That was my number 3, The Notebook.
Oh yeah. It's your number 3. Okay, mine's Men in Black.
Nice.
I saw that movie. I saw that movie, no bullshit, like 16 times in the movie theater that summer.
Okay.
Now, in fairness, I worked in the movie theater that summer. So like I didn't work in the movie theater. I worked in the mall that summer, and we were like right down away from the theater. So like I'd get out of work and I'd be like, I'll go to see a movie. And I was in high school. I was like, whatever. I'm fucking. It's not like I'm partying.
Right.
At best, I was a simp who made a lot of girls uncomfortable. And I've learned since then that that's not okay. And I teach my sons to be better. So trying to make a better world. That's all. But I do. I realize what like lovelorn, stupid little simp I was on certain areas. So you gotta listen. You gotta know when to hold them, when to fold them.
That's
one way of looking at it.
It's true.
That's true. No, well, Men in Black. So I would go to the theater a lot that summer to go see it because, like, whatever. I dug it. I had a good time, and it was just a really fun movie. Yeah, and I kind of got 100%. Into it, and I love the X-Files. I love that whole conspiracy of Men in Black and the aliens and stuff. I'm not saying like I bought into it, but I was like, if this is real, I was like speaking into the world. I'm like, if you can hear me, I want to sign up. Right. It's like, take me in. It's like, I want to be one of you guys. Kind of like how you wanted to run away to the circus, and you did. Right. I didn't get to do that with Men in Black or Jurassic Park. Bog. But yeah, that's why I just love Men in Black, and I still do. I still think it's a great movie. It is. I watch it probably on a regular. I rotate through them. Usually it's 1 and 3 I watch the most, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah. 3 is that third one. Oh my God. When you realize it, man, I cried like a punk. I really did. I was sitting there and I was like, it makes sense why he's so okay. I love you. Like, wow. And then you realize the love story is between them. Yeah, they are. And it's such a beautiful thing. I did like Men in Black International. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I thought it was as fun as the first one. Didn't have the as good a story, and the charisma wasn't there like it was in the first Men in Black. But I did have fun with it. I was like, I was like, if they're not coming back, and I was like, I get it with Tommy Lee Jones and everything. I was like, if they're not coming back, go with this. Yeah, or bring assign Jay there. Now I realized after the slap and everything, it became a lot harder, Right. So, whatever. But I did like Men in Black. I like the movies we're talking about tonight, Bad Boys. That's another franchise I wouldn't mind seeing stick around. So, but with that being said, what is your number 2, sir? My number 2 is Twister. I love that first Twister. Great movie. And I got the bar set high for this reboot or remake, whatever this next one is, Twisters. I hope it lives. I mean, because you already know, I love The Shining. So the fact that they're playing The Shining at a fucking drive-in, which I love as well. And then a tornado just comes through and Jack's coming through that. Oh my God. And it's still so scary. That scene is one of the scariest scenes. If we ever do a top 100 scariest scenes in a movie. Yes. I'm sorry, but that's on my list. Yeah. I want to do that. Because that scene is so hard. Yeah. And just when the thunder starts and you see the width of it and it's right there. Oh my God. Thinking about it is giving me a heart attack. And here's the thing. I'm worried about. I love Twister and I love the ride Twister. Yes, I missed that ride. That was a fun one. That was the best one. I really did. We would go through that a lot. I don't know if it was the best one. Men in Black ride was really good. I always have a soft spot for Back to the Future. Jaws is great. Just nostalgia wise, but they got rid of it. It was a good one. I know. Because Jaws is gone, Twister's gone. They still have fucking E.T. though. I was like, okay, cool. I get to be on the bike. Remember King Kong? Yes. I never went because I never went to Florida for that one. Oh. But I remember them talking about King Kong, and I was on Earthquake. But Earthquake was a lot of fun. It wasn't Earthquake when I was in it, though. Oh. No, actually, my movie brain warp of a mind is getting something wrong. It was Earthquake when I was I remember there was a movie that used the ride, and I recognized it. Okay. And they called it something else. So that's where I'm sorry, my wires are crossed tonight, people. I am burnt. I am beach bum burnt. Dude, I really am. So let's just continue on. I don't want to keep continuing on with this, but what's your number 2? Oh, we're at the number 1 now. Wait, no, because I didn't say number 2.
So you need to say your number 2.
What was your number 2?
Twister.
That's such a good movie. But I do want to say, like, I am excited to see the second one because I do like Glenn Powell.
Yes, I do.
Everything he's in. So, like, if he signed on, I really do have a good feeling like it's a good script.
Yeah.
So, Jurassic Park.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Jurassic Park is the movie that was the precipice. That was the movie when I saw a dinosaur for the first time, that Brachiosaurus standing over those people. I 1000% with all those other kids in that opening weekend that were there surrounding me. I just saw it and I was like, I want to do this. I want to make movies.
Awesome.
That was it. It wasn't, I mean, I did start learning a little more about dinosaurs because, like, listen, I was like 11 or 12. Like, I don't give a shit what 11 to 12-year-olds are doing now. You should be learning about fucking dinosaurs, and you should be like, that's the stuff that kids should be doing. Stop worrying about phones and all that other stuff. Like, you should be worrying about like, dude, I still watch Darkwing Duck at that age. Like, I don't get kids, whatever. Just be kids as long as you can. So it's our brain warped minds, our stupid fucking old people minds trying to warp these kids. So anyway. Told you, conspiracy theories, man. Can't have me talk about Men in Black and then I'm not on this. Paul, you have such a face where you're like, I just want to go, man. All right. Anyway, Jurassic Park. That's why I love Jurassic Park. What's your number 1?
My number 1 is actually The Sixth Sense for 2 reasons.
Okay.
One, because that's the first movie that ever scared me as a kid. Like, it scared me. Some of those scenes terrified me. I'm not gonna lie. Like the one where he's sitting in his little fort and that girl comes in there like just vomiting.
God, yeah.
I had nightmares about that. Like, that freaked me out for a long time. And then, this is my first time really seeing a twist in a movie and then kind of understanding it and being able to go back and be like, oh. Yeah. And I mean, I think everyone can agree the first time you see The Sixth Sense, or the first time you see it and it's just unreal. Like, and it's sad you can't get that feeling back. Like, if I got Alzheimer's or something, that's a movie you need to play for me every day, so I can be like, holy shit, Bruce Willis is dead.
I'm so glad you ended it on that, because you ended it on a feeling. And I have a tie for number 1 spot, and both movies are because of feelings that I got in the theater that I feel very fortunate to have been able to feel. All right. Mm-hmm. And my first number 1 is The Phantom Menace.
Oh, okay.
Because yes, they put out the re-releases, and to see them on the big screen was monumental in my life. Because I love Star Wars. We used to wear out the tape. I loved it. Watched over and over all of them. So when they came out with the re-releases and I got to see them on the big screen, see the scroll and everything, The Phantom Menace was a new one. The Phantom Menace was one we hadn't seen. It was the continuation of the story of the prequel, but it was the beginning of the story, really. And I don't care what anyone says. If anybody, you can bitch about the Phantom Menace all you want. There's a lot of things I don't like about it, but I hold a special place in my heart for the feeling it gave me for that first watch. And when that scroll hits and that John Williams horns hit, it brought tears to my eyes. It was beautiful. The theater was packed. It was just a wonderful moment, and it gave me a great feeling. Second to Spider-Man in 2001. Yeah. My apologies. No, it was 2002. Sorry, 2002. Sorry, it was like going off. But like the reason it being, trust me, the date is pretty important. It was 2002. I just had to make sure because it was 9/11.
Oh,
and the reason I didn't know when in 2002 had come out, but it was this summer, so I want to make sure I didn't pull an Ocean's 11 this time. Because I knew it, because I remember when the trailer came out and it featured the World Trade Center.
That's right.
And they banned it. They took it off. They were like, we're not doing that. Which always irked me, because I was like, why are we hiding from them? Yeah. But then I realized now as I'm older, I was like, for a lot of people, that was too soon. No, they weren't ready for that. And I get it. So but it always irked me then. I was just like, no, we should be like, we want to show them we should build them back up, like stuff like that, which in a younger mind, that was not as wise. And this old one, that's still not as wise, but has learned. But that time felt really great. It didn't feel like there was red or blue, left or right, Republican or Democrat or this. It didn't feel pulled apart. Like, yeah, there's a lot going on, but it felt like everybody was just like, nah, we had each other's backs. And of course that got all messed up, and it is what it is. And I don't blame human nature. I blame the condition of the world that was being built around us by other people.
Right.
But it tore us apart a lot. But I remember that feeling, and Spider-Man was a great indicator of that feeling. And every time I watch this movie, I still feel like what that charge was like. Devastating, like the loss, the grief, and everything else. But just the fact that America was standing together and all those people were together, and it just didn't, like, there was like something that just felt like we're America, and we're back, and we're gonna fight for what's right. And listen, I'm saying after 20 some odd years, I see where it went. But I'm saying that was the feeling, and this movie added to that. So, like, I know I got sentimental about it, but that's why this movie.
It was a great movie. It was a great game. I remember when the game came out.
Yes, that was a great game, dude. Oh, so good, and they're still killing them. Them with all those games. All right, good list. Great job, man.
Yeah.
So
Ocean 12 the shit out of it.
I think that one took place in the summer. Anyway. Let's review.
God damn it.
We're going to review tonight Bad Boys Ride or Die and Hitman, both out right now. One on Netflix, one in theaters. We're going to start with the one on Netflix, and we're going to talk about Hitman starring Glenn Powell and Aria Arjona, or Jorda, I think. I might be butchering her name, and I apologize. I do like her. I like the stuff she's been in. She's also Jason Momoa's current girlfriend, and that dude would probably kill me, so I don't want to make him feel bad. So she was wonderful. This movie gets 5 out of 5. Listen, I gotta be honest, but the movie is about a gentleman who played by Glenn Powell, Gary Johnston, who works part-time. He's a college professor who works part-time, which is still sort of I don't know how you get there, but whatever. I guess he knew how to work the cameras and the microphones and such, so they hired him part-time to go undercover to bust people trying to hire hitmen. And this turns into, he does different characters he uses as a study for his civics or whatever. I don't know what he is. He's some sort of personality type of professor. I don't know what that is. You're saying nothing.
It's sociology, isn't it?
I don't know. You tell me. I'm drowning.
Sociology, psychology.
I'm throwing out science words and not knowing what to say, and you're like standing there on it, just like, yo, listen, I know. What about
something
it?
like that? I know what you're trying to say.
Whatever.
I just don't know what it's called. We'll go with sociology. I think it's
sociology. So he's a sociology teacher. So he goes as different characters trying to match the personalities of the people who are trying to do it. And it asks the question, is this the right way to go, wrong way to go? But it turns into sort of a romantic dark comedy in a really crazy way. And I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who wants to check it out, but he does meet a woman who wants to kill her husband. He talks her out of it, and then things go haywire from there, and I'm going to leave it at that. Paul, what did you think about this movie?
So I really like Glenn Powell. I've been really impressed with a lot of his other movies. I loved him in Top Gun.
Oh my god, yeah.
And just seeing the interviews, he's just a very humble man, and he's very honest. And I can appreciate that for actors, because I feel like a lot of them, they'll put themselves out there, but he's just very transparent, and I enjoy his rawness just as an actor, period. This, I thought, let him shine, because I loved all of his different characters. I enjoyed how he was able to really sell that at the end of the day, he was a teacher, but trying to put on these different personas, because I really bought his personas. And so it wasn't, he's not actually kind of the nerdy teacher no one cares about, or the guy everyone kind of pushed aside. It's like, oh no, like I buy both things completely. Yeah. I enjoyed the romance of the whole thing. I laughed a lot more than I thought I would. I thought this might be some like Night or Day ripoff type ordeal, and I was absolutely wrong. And I'm glad I was wrong. And I would suggest anyone should see this, especially if you've got Netflix. I think you will not be disappointed, and have fun. It's a good ride.
I do. I like that review. Excuse me. I coughed just as I said I like that review. I apologize because I'm not cutting that out. For anybody watching or listening. So I agree. I really did like this film. I thought Glenn Powell shined. I liked her too, Aria Jordan. I thought she was good with him. They had good chemistry. The thing is, I think that everyone was good in this because Glenn Powell seemingly has chemistry with everyone.
Yeah.
Even when you watch Top Gun Maverick, you're like, he's a piece of garbage, but he is that good.
Yeah,
like, he is
right.
and I was like, I'm kind of cool with it though. I was like, because and then at the end, of course, like you find out he's even more respectful and you're just trying to push him. But yeah, he just is. He's that good. Like he has this charisma that shines through. That, like, God, I wish I had. And I'd probably be making way more money doing this.
Right.
I guess I should just have to look like him. I mean, he, like, besides charisma, besides personality and charm, and, like, you know, he's a smart dude. And now you see he's a good actor because in this movie he plays like 20 different roles. You know,
right.
And honestly, I will say he plays them on a level that James McAvoy played the personalities.
Yes. Yeah.
Now they're not, and maybe they're not as, actually, no, I'm going to go for broke because it was a better director who directed this movie. So probably better than McAvoy did in Split.
Okay.
Because he had more time to work with all of the characters and have them interact with each other.
That makes
these characters, they don't interact with each other. There's different characters and we have to buy them on each one.
Yeah.
And he goes outlandish, but for some reason you buy into them.
Mm-hmm.
So I dug it. I really dug. And then when you get to Ron, you do like Ron the best.
Yeah.
You're like, I want Ron to stick around. Like, you were having the same argument. I was like, oh man, he's got his shorts on again. Like, God, he's not Ron. Like, you know, like, and it's like, this isn't a personality disorder sort of movie. This is him playing different roles. So yeah, talking about it this much, let's just give our ratings because let's be real. If a movie's got you talking, it's good. And I gave it a 3.5 mics, and you gave it a three mics out of 5. I think it's a fitting movie. I did not know going in that it was Richard Linklater. Well, I did not know going in the what do you call it when I got the screener. So early on, I didn't know.
I didn't realize you got a screener for this.
Yes, and then I rewatched the movie, and then I saw, I'm like, oh shit, this is like legit. This is Richard Linklater. like this dude. I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and I'm like, this doesn't feel like a normal movie.
Right.
This feels familiar in tone. Like, you know how certain directors have imprints?
Yeah. Guy Ritchie. Absolutely.
Guy Ritchie. Perfect. Yeah. So, like, it feels like a Richard Linklater movie. Like, and just for anybody, like, Dazed and Confused is a Richard Linklater movie. Like, you know, Everybody Wants Some, Before Sunrise. Like, there's tons of them out there. Boyhood. They're all different. They're all out there. But this is one that, for me, worked because he has some that were comedic that just didn't work in the past. This one hits on all cylinders. I really did enjoy this movie. I think it's a great romantic dark comedy, but it is dark.
Yes.
It's not like super dark, but when you get to that ending, you're kind of like, oh man. It's like, wow, I did not see any of this coming.
Right.
But it's not gory or anything. You'll be fine. It's just one of those. So let's get to another summer. Well,
bad
this
boys,
is an actual
boys.
What you gonna do? I don't want to get the copyright strike.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
So I went with Martin Lawrence's way of doing it in the movie. So okay, I want to say I prepped for this. I love the Bad Boys franchise. I watched first 3, and then I watched this. And if anybody doesn't know where 3 took off, you find out that he has a son, and that son was with the drug cartel and was trying to kill him, and blah 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 blah. At the end, the son realized it was his father. Will Smith's character is his father. Goes to jail to atone for his sins, I guess. This movie sees the boys finding out that Captain Howard, who died in the third one, is actually he was the biggest drug runner out of all of them, but they don't believe it.
Right. And
they go on a crusade to find out. And during that crusade, they do find out that he is very, very, very innocent. And they have to prove this correctly. They work it out so his son comes back in. I'm doing a terrible time explaining this movie, but it's back in action. They're back in action. And it was fun. I had a great time with it. It was one of those movies that, like, it Was it better than the first one? No, but it's not supposed to be. But I bet you, and I did just rewatch the first one, but I bet like if I had watched the first one for the first time, maybe like I'd be like, oh man, goddamn, this is the 90s for sure. Like, you know, like that's what it would be. I wouldn't have the same reaction. But I got stories about that movie because I remember being in, was it middle school and just being like, Jesus, Bad Boys coming out. This is amazing. You know, two of the biggest TV stars of all time are on it. I absolutely I had such a great time with this movie. It was, it was experimental in a lot of ways. They really did experiment with the shots, the drone shots and all the stuff. So it's really wild. The neon was really cool. There's a lot of neon in this movie. It's just so much neon in this movie. And so it's like, I guess it's, I don't know this director well, so I guess that's one of their trademarks. Or right now they're trying to figure out their trademark looks and stuff. And this is one thing they did. It was interesting. So like, there are definitely things about it that like, I'm not going to crusade and be like, this is the greatest movie of all time. It's not. It's a really fun Bad Boys movie. Reggie gets his due, deservedly. And it's just it was a great time all the way down. And I think there was great evolution to the characters in this. And I wouldn't mind seeing more. Now, before we get to our ratings, Paul, what did you think about the movie?
So I enjoyed the Bad Boys, franchise. I've never been like a huge over the top fan, but I did enjoy them. This one, I try to rate action movies in my mind a little differently. So I try to think, would Michael Bay be happy? And the answer would be yes, because there are a lot of explosions, a lot of crazy action scenes. So I think it passes the Michael Bay test in my mind. So as an action, if someone's in action, this is totally up your alley. Like you said, the experimental shots I absolutely loved. I love some of the POV shots going in, then going back out. I thought it was fun, like watching some behind the scenes and how they did it. I thought it was interesting. I mean, it's exactly what you want. It's just them still being bold guys. It's still them with the cheesy one lines, which they're so bad that they hit and they're funny. So it's enjoyable. So like you said, I think it's on track with the other ones. I don't think it outshines any of the others, but I also don't think it doesn't pay dues to the Bad Boys at all.
I do think I agree 100%. It doesn't take away. And in fact, they pay homage to Michael Bay. He was in the movie. He was the guy that almost hits him at the car and like yells at him, and like it was a funny little interaction. But and then like immediately after, they had another little like I don't want to say little, but like Kwame is a big influencer. Kwame, who's on TikTok, who's an influencer, who's the guy who goes like this all the time, and he's like walking past and like he goes, "Can you believe this?" And he's like, and then I was like, he did 2 cameos in one shot. Like, God,
right.
I was like, I love it. Good on him, man. But
Kwame.
Good paycheck for you, man. But yeah, I did. I enjoyed it throughout. I really liked Ian Gruffalo being introduced to the fold. The story didn't have to be perfectly embedded. Like I didn't need it to be like a bad guy from the past coming back, but it's cool that it was linked to a lot of the past. So yeah, I did. I enjoyed this throughout. I really liked it. Our ratings for this movie, I gave it a 3, Mike, set of 5, and you gave it a 2.5, Mike, set of 5. I think that's a pretty good like go and see level. Yeah. Check it out, and honestly, I'll say like I had fun. Like if you want to go see a fun popcorn movie right now, go check that out. I think that's a fun one. But if you don't want to go to the theater, then I would say this would be worth a rental if you wanted one of those. Yeah. But streaming just as well. One of those where you can wait, but maybe rent it if you want. But we're going to the mixed movie pick from the year 1971. That's right. The film that is the subject of our classic film review tomorrow, and that is Shaft.
John Shaft.
That's right. On our snobs. I love it. Stop singing songs. I'm gonna get hit. Sorry. Thank God it's off key. It's off key.
always off key.
I love this movie. This is an absolutely fantastic movie. I watched all the Shaft movies, and I'm not just talking about this 2001. And then, or no, it was actually 2000. Remember, it came out June 2000 because I graduated high school. We were at a graduation party, and we left to go see that Shaft. Hell, and then, of course, I've seen the newest Shaft, which I thought was pretty good. The last one, where it was all 3 of them were together. But I go back, and I watched all the sequels in the past as well. That's right. I've even seen Shaft in Africa. So with that being said, we're celebrating Juneteenth here and Black Cinema with our Snobs Film History Classic Film Review. So all month long, there are going to be Black films that have really inspired, that are just really inspiring movies and made by truly fantastic filmmakers. We talked about Malcolm X last week by Spike Lee, starring Denzel Washington. This week, Gordon Parks' Shaft, starring Richard Roundtree. Go check it out. There's more information in those videos. But yeah, you can. Like, it's going to be available. This is what will be up. It comes out at midnight, but go check that out. But I want to say it's about that time again, sir. We're going to end the show, but I want to say thank you all for watching, listening, hanging out with us, being a part of it. Really, truly appreciate you. We were talking about our merch before. If you guys are interested, here's our merch QR code. Go check that out if you're watching. If you are listening, you can go down below. Use Snobs for 10% off your order. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. And then if you always want to keep up in the know, keep up in the how, you can follow us for free over on Patreon. That's going to be our newsletter. We're going to be doing a weekly newsletter that'll be coming out. We're going to, it's going to have a bunch of new information. We do movie news dumps. We're going to be putting all of our links on there and more. So, we'd love for you to be a part of it. Join in. Just join up on our Patreon for free. If you want more, like other shows and other perks, check out the other tiers as well and follow, because that all goes back into helping run the channel. And of course, be a part of the Snob Nation community over on Discord. Thank you guys. Yes. We appreciate you. Come talk to us. Come hang out with us. I want more people in there. I want to have constant conversations going at all times. I want movie talk. I want to feel like we're all in one big proverbial beautiful video store just hanging out. So
that's the feeling.
In fact, I think that's what I'm going to change the Discord name to. Snobs Family Video.
I love that.
Get in there, hang out, let's have fun, and be a part of it. That's what I want. I want, because that's what the Snob Nation is. That's what the community is. And we appreciate all of your support, your love, your care, your kindness. It really is. And sorry that we're not live, but needed a break, people. Really did. And I appreciate you guys watching along the way, listening along the way, and being a part of it and joining up and hanging out. Paul, take it away. What do you got? You got anything you want to say before we get going?
I just want to say happy Juneteenth in case you guys haven't listened to it, before or after then, just to, because that's coming up. I think it's next Monday, I believe, or next Wednesday. I'm sorry.
It's Wednesday. Yeah. So,
okay. So next Wednesday. So happy Juneteenth, just remember, and then also keep watching, keep listening, and keep loving the magic of movies, you guys.
Love it. And like the man said, we love movies. We know you do too. So make sure you join up with the Snob Nation, hang out with us, be part of it. It's all about community. It's all about love, care, and compassion. And I don't care where you fall. Be a part of it. Thank you guys. Remember to be kind, stay classy, and take care of yourselves, because that's important. Until next time, I'm Mick Manhattan. That's the man, producer Paul, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.